Yeah, but it was some good experience. But then let me tell you one final story where one of my highlights from I did a lot of good stuff, like, because once I got out of narcotics, I became then I got promoted, I became a sergeant, and I ran this unit called Borough Crime. We was always out there looking, we were focusing on all the high crimes, like guns, robberies, burglaries, all the major crimes, felony assaults. So I'm gonna tell you two stories. I'm just gonna tell you this one first. The one story that always stands out. This is the reason why I wanted to become a cop, and this is where I wanted to make a difference. So when me and my partner my partner's driving, I'm a sergeant, he's driving me. So we coming down a block, and then next thing you know, we see two guys walking with this is like 2 a.m, walking the street, going through a purse. So me and him looked at each other like, why are these guys going through a purse? 2 guys. I said, so from experience, we figured, these guys, they just robbed somebody. Yeah. So we stop. I said, he goes, should we run up? I said, no, stop here. I said, and they started looking back. So I said, damn. I said, they're looking at us. So I said, all right, just start driving up a little slow, and once we get closer, we will jump out. And then I guess they knew, they ran. So we started go. So they actually, so we got out, we ran after them. They take off. So my partner stays on him. He's like on him, but then I'm falling behind because now I'm watching the van. I'm like, damn, I don't want to leave the van unattended now. I don't want somebody to come and steal the car. Mm-hmm. So I go back, I get the car, I drive up, and then I get so then when I caught up to my driver, he's like, yo, they got away. So he get in the car. So now we driving around canvassing, looking for the guys. But right before we even start canvassing, I see this lady going like this. She's running, and she's bleeding from her face. She goes, excuse me. She goes, those guys you were just chasing, they just robbed me. It was a Spanish lady. Now listen to this crazy story. So I said, get in the car. I said, so we start canvassing the area. So I put it over. I said, we had a robbery. I said, we're looking for whatever. We give the description over. So we canvassing the area. And we're about to quit already because we can't find. So while we're canvassing, the lady is telling us the story, her story. Yeah, I just came out of work. I got out of the bus. One guy grabbed me from the back. He's choking me and he's punching me. And but they had a gun and they had a box cutter. So he had a box cutter on her neck. The other guy had a gun. Jeez. And they hitting her with the butt of the gun in the face. They broke her cheekbone, her nose. She was all messed up. So she goes. They took my bag and so she had a little chain just like this. She goes, they were trying to take this chain. She had it in her hand like this. It was broken. So she had the medallion holding here, and she had the chain hanging. Mm-hmm. She goes, but they were trying to take this, but I didn't let them take this. I said, why? I said, what? I said, they would have killed you for that. She goes, no. She goes, you don't understand. She goes, this is my son's chain that he passed away. I said, I'm sorry to hear that. I said, how he passed? So I said, but this is why everything going on. She's telling us the story. She goes, I said, why? But listen, I said, is it that sentimental? She goes, listen. She goes, my son got killed for this same exact chain. What she said? Wow. She said her son got killed for that same exact chain. So she said that she goes, they tried to rob him. And he held the chain, and they killed him, and they took off. They couldn't take it away from him. Wow. So she wears it for protection, and that's why she didn't want to release. That's why she didn't want to release the chain.
Wow.
Let me tell you something crazy about that. That it gave me chills. So then we finally grabbed the guy. So when we drove up, she's telling me now I'm like motivated, and I'm like, oh man, that hurt. So now my sister passed away. So this chain, and I don't know if you see the medallion.
I can see it.
The medallion is my sister, my nephew, and this chain is my nephew's chain.
Wow.
So just imagine what she's telling me, and I have the same sentimental chain on my neck. So I took it personal,
And you found this motherfucker.
We got to this. So there was this one dude smoking a cigarette. And I said, listen, you see 2 guys, he goes, running around here, and he goes like this. And he pointed to an abandoned building. So I called aviation, the K9. Long story short, we found them, we got them. One guy they both were arrested over 60-something times combined. It was 30-something, one guy, 30 for robbery, same thing. But that was one of my highlights in my career that I loved. You know, that we called.
God bless you, man. God bless you. Those are stories that us civilians, us people that are not criminals, that are not cops, that we like to hear, man. And protecting the neighborhood like that.
And, you know, and people don't understand
that's a bad guy.
These are guys that out there that, you know, how you've been arrested 30-something times. What are you doing in the street, you know? You shouldn't be out in the street. And you're committing the same stuff again. So now they got locked up for robbery. And, I mean, they beat this lady up bad. And now they got to finish serving their time because they owe time. And now they're going to finish serving plus on top of what they got.